Charles Xavier, also known as Professor X, is one of the most powerful managers of all time. He has to be to manage a team of mutants armed with incredible superpowers. Over the years, he's passed down a ton of great lessons on how to be a better and more effective leader. Today, we're going to be taking a look at some of them. Welcome back to Coach Stack, your secret weapon for improving yourself through business, investing, and personal growth. Be sure to hit that subscribe button and notification bell so you don't miss out on our next videos. Now, let's see what Charles can teach us about leadership. Number 1. Don't waste time fighting when you could be building. Charles Xavier is totally committed to building a future where humans and mutants can live together in harmony. A lot of times that gets him into trouble. Still, there's a valuable lesson to be learned here. In life, you're bound to bump into hurdles and enemies from time to time. This is especially true in business. Like Magneto believing he needs to destroy the human race before they destroy him, many business owners choose to see competitors as bitter rivals with whom they're locked in a battle for survival. You've probably heard the saying, business is war. Like most cliches, that statement has a bit of truth to it. It's not the whole truth though. Seeing business as a war zone and competitors as the enemy completely ignores a fundamental trait of successful people: collaboration. Successful business leaders collaborate all day every day whether they like it or not. Steve Jobs may have created the iPhone, but app developers, game developers, service providers, manufacturers, and countless other collaborating companies helped bring it to life. On top of that, in business you'll rarely be in a position where you have the power to completely destroy the competition in one fell swoop. Because of that, you'll need to get used to having them around. Instead of investing time and resources into stamping out competition, start to see it as productive. Reach out and make mutually beneficial connections. Collaborate. If you're not willing to go that far, at the very least start prioritizing improving yourself and your business. In other words, don't wish for your competition and enemies to get crushed. Just wish that you were better. That kind of reminds me of Tesla. I've always felt that's the mindset they've had from the beginning. It's not that they wanted any car manufacturer to go bankrupt. They simply had a better vision for the world and worked every day to lead the way. Number 2. Karma is real. One of Charles' defining traits has to be his generosity. I mean, the guy offers free food, support, and shelter in his mansion to any mutant he comes across. On top of this, Charles is known to go to extreme lengths, usually putting himself in danger just to make sure that the mutants he supports are okay. What does he demand in return? Nothing. Sure, he asks them for favors from time to time, but he makes sure they know that they're free to choose. But it's very hard to say no to Charles. The mutants Charles helps are almost always happy to volunteer for missions, jobs, and just generally fighting for his cause. Why? Because of a little thing called reciprocity. When someone does something nice for you, you probably get the urge to do something nice for them. There's a reason for that. Have you ever watched a nature program that had monkeys in it? They're always grooming each other, looking for bugs. If you watch them closely, you'll see that as soon as a monkey finishes grooming its friend, they swap places and the favor gets returned. Not only does this prove that monkeys are adorable, it also shows how ingrained the concept of reciprocity is in primate brains, including ours. There's a great lesson here that can be applied to any leadership role, whether it's in your own personal life or business. If you want more doors to open for you, one of the best things you can do is start opening them for others. Whether you want to think of it as repayment for your good deeds or just a natural human instinct to reciprocate, there's an undeniable link between doing things for others and receiving things in return. Number 3. You're stronger as a team. Charles Xavier is a strong believer in teamwork. He would go to the ends of the earth and back to find a mutant and convince them to join his team. He's that committed to developing a team because he knows that a strong team is the ultimate key to success. Think of this in terms of the X-Men. Each member has a set of strengths, usually superpowers, and weaknesses, whatever their kryptonite is. The X-Men are powerful, but they run into enemies and obstacles they don't have the strength to take out all the time. When that happens, you can be 99% certain that another member of the team will swoop in and save the day. The same thing happens in well-put-together professional teams, just usually with less chance of death. Some people are good at creative problem-solving. Others are good at organization and time management. Some people are good at selling products. Others are good at designing them. Complementary skill sets are everywhere. When you create a team filled with people who have a wide variety of strengths and weaknesses, you'll be much better prepared for any unexpected obstacles that come your way. Number 4. Don't let your weaknesses hold you back. Charles Xavier has had his fair share of struggles. The biggest of these was possibly him becoming paralyzed during a fight. If he'd decided to call his superhero career quits at that point, it would have been hard to blame him. He didn't though. Charles kept on saving lives and making the world a better place until the day he died almost 40 years later. He never let his weaknesses or wheelchairs slow him down. There's a great lesson in that for anyone who sometimes feels like they don't have what it takes. Acknowledging areas where you know you're weak and accepting them will set you down the path of discovering creative ways to work around them or overcome them. Maybe that means assembling a team to help you out. Maybe that means working to improve yourself through skill sets you never knew you could develop. There are always options out there. Finally, number 5. To find success, you need to adapt. A big part of the reason why Charles Xavier was able to keep on making a difference after becoming paralyzed was his willingness to adapt. This is one of the most important leadership qualities out there, and that makes it an important tool in mutant management and life. The ability to adapt is key in finding success because it allows you to make adjustments when things don't go your way. It allows you to think creatively about new ways of doing things that just wouldn't occur to people who are set in their ways. That's the reason why most studies rank adaptability as one of the defining traits of successful businesses and business owners. It comes down to accepting the things you can't change and focusing on aligning the things you can with your changing circumstances. That's all for today's video on some of the wisdom Charles Xavier passed down to the X-Men and fans around the world. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. It helps the channel out a ton and keeps you in the loop about every future Coach Stack release. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.